Good morning. Hold on a minute. You know, I always got some music going. Anybody out there know Big Head Todd and the Monsters besides me? Anybody besides me? I mean, I tell people like that is love Big Heads. It's bittersweet, baby. Bittersweet. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. North Georgia's only live online morning show. Oh yeah, it's bittersweet. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Amanda, take the mic out of my ear, please. How are you today, Amanda? Are you good? Are you good? Okay, I'm glad to hear that. Now, yesterday, folks, I'm your host, BKP. If you would like, it's game day. It's game day. I know you're looking at my hat. Let's see, it is game day. We got the baseball out. Now, if you're new to the show, okay, if you're new to the show, I like baseball. I love basketball. I love football. I like hockey. I like curling, but I love baseball. Love baseball. I have my uniform on. I'm ready. This is my jersey. My hat is ready for this afternoon. Got the baseball. I've been called up, folks. Your host, BKP. I've been called up to the big leagues. I've been called up. It's game day. So I get a text message yesterday afternoon. Let me see. Where's that? And it's from Coach. You know, Coach sends me a message. It said, "Are you announcing tomorrow?" It's just that simple. I mean, there's no chit-chat. There's no back and forth. This is Coach calling. He just says, "Hey, are you announcing tomorrow? 5 o'clock game time to start." Well, you know, first of all, I'm worried if he's asking me to pitch because, you know, I could come in. I'm still good for 3 innings, Coach. You know that. I'm still good for 3 innings, all right? Give him the heater, Ricky. Give him the heater, Ricky. I'm still good for three innings. Ricky Vaughn, right? Are you announcing tomorrow game time at 5 o'clock? Well, I'll be there, Coach. Yep, I'll be there, Coach. Yes, sir. That's the way it works. So today is opening day at Fannin Rebel Baseball, and they will be taking on the Gilmer Bobcats. I love both these teams. I love both squads, coaches, love everything about it. Love the Gilmer players, the Rebel players. It's my kind of baseball game and game time's at 5 o'clock. And, I will be in the booth. I go in the booth. And, you know, and I say things. I say like ducks on the pond. I've been practicing, okay? And 2 outs, 3 and 2. There's 2 outs, 2 men on base. And coming up the bat right now, number so-and-so, Jack Gobble. Can Jack drive those 2 runs in, or will they be left stranded? Anyhow, I'm ready for today. So anyhow, I've been called up. I've got a game today. Amanda, you're new around here, okay? You're just going to have to understand when it's game day, things are different, all right? I have a game today. It's like, now look, let me tell you something. Wait a minute, I'm going to tell you something, okay? I like to go into now this is true. This is true, okay? I'm the kid. I got to put this out here. I'm the kid when it was like, when I'm like 8 years old, right? And it was game day. Like, my mom would not, you know, put our clothes out, like make sure we weren't wearing something, you know, oh, there we go. You know, that was back in the day where, we didn't go out of the house without an inspection. Remember those days when you did not go out of the house? You know what I'm talking about, Amanda? There was an inspection process before you went out of the house and got on the school bus, right? You know?
No.
You didn't have that?
No.
Oh, we did, boy. We had an inspection process. You did not leave the house without, full inspection, So anyhow, I'm the kid, like, my mom's got my Sears Tough Skins out. Oh, I just went way back, right? You have no idea what that is. No idea, right? My Sears Tough Skins are out. Well, you remember Sears used to iron almost like a steel plate of plastic into the knee So, you know, the knee would not wear out, but you could not bend your knee. Remember those Sears Toughskins? Holy smokes, where am I going here? So anyhow, I've got my Sears plaid 1970s Toughskins laid out, right? And, you know, she's got my little shirt laid out there to match and so forth, and Superman underwear or whatever. You know what I'm saying, right, Amanda? So anyhow, but I'm the kid when it was game day, I would bypass that and I would put my uniform on, right? You know, and I would come rolling into the kitchen, 8 years old, for, you know, breakfast, and I'd be like, get back, Mom. We probably are going to have to go straight to the field after school. I should have my uniform on. That was me. I'm just telling you, that was me. I mean, it was game day. I mean, I would put the uniform on. I would wear that thing all day at school if my mom would let me. But no, I got to march back in there. There'll be plenty of time once you get off the bus. Mom, once I get off the bus, there won't be a lot of time. I've got to get over to the field. We'll probably practice beforehand. I'm probably pitching today. I'm 8 years old. I'm probably throwing 9 innings. Anyhow, all right, having fun. How can you not start without having fun? I am your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We are going into spring. I love the game of baseball. Can't wait to be up in the box calling out the batters coming up and what's going on today at the baseball field at 5 o'clock for the Fannin Rebels and Gilmer Bobcats. All right, that being said, yesterday, if you were tuned in, let's tell people how to get in touch with the show. If you want to get in touch with the show, it is 706-889-9700. 706-889-9700. That is our phone number. You can text us on that number, chief@fetchernews.com. You can send us an email, chief@fetchernews.com, and at FetcherNews, at FYNTV. Follow us on Twitter. Okay, that being said, yesterday, if you were in our 9 o'clock hour, we had learned of the death of the evangelist, the great evangelist, Dr. Billy Graham, and we actually on this show did at least a good 20-minute tribute to Dr. Billy Graham yesterday. I have had the opportunity, just go ahead and put up both pictures. And there's a reason for that. Let's just put up Dr. Billy Graham's picture, and then there's 2 pictures. There's a picture of the evangelist that used to hold tent revivals that got the national audience, the spotlight of the national audience, tent revivals, and then go ahead and put the other one up, the other one with Bill Clinton. Now later in the show, I'm going to tell you why I picked this one with Bill Clinton, and he became the president's, the pastor of the presidents. That was Dr. Billy Graham, America's pastor. Dwight Eisenhower is the first one that really had, he met with Truman, but Dwight Eisenhower is the first one, President Dwight Eisenhower is the first one that really had a close relationship with Dr. Graham. But anyhow, we talked about that yesterday. I have had the opportunity in my life, I'm happy to be able to say, to go to 2 I was thinking it yesterday, 2 Dr. Billy Graham crusades, one in what is known as Giant Stadium in the Meadowlands in New Jersey, Giant Stadium. This is back in the 80s. They were both back in the 80s. And one in Central Park. At Central Park in New York City. I got an opportunity to go see Dr. Graham in Central Park. So that being said, we wanted to make sure we did not, like some of the leftist news media, bypass the morning without stopping and saying, just remembering the great life of Dr. Billy Graham. Okay, now, yesterday, it's one of those where do you start day. Now at 8:30 we have Carla's Corner coming up, okay? Carla's Corner will be at 8:30, okay, this morning. And she will be in here. And last night, what if, You know, the president had a listening session yesterday. Now, we'll start on some of this, and we'll probably go into the 9 o'clock hour after Carla's Corner. But put a picture, I think I put Trump listening session as the name of the pictures, and I put a couple of them. You can rotate through any of them. The president of the United States had an unscripted, okay, listening session with Betsy DeVos, the Secretary of Education, and also Mike Pence, the Vice President of the United States. They brought in family and from survivors and family of the Columbine shooting, Sandy Hook, the Parkland. It was unscripted. The president let the people say it was really listening. Now, the media is not focusing too much on this. They are reporting the president had a listening session yesterday, and he did just that. He listened. Okay. Now, for all of the for all of the people that say he doesn't have the attention span, he can't focus, attention span, focus, same thing. But all the things they say about the president, it's times like this to where it is just proven false. The negatives about the president are exposed and proven to be false. Because yesterday, for over an hour, he let the media in, and they listened, and he talked in a very soft tone, a very caring tone, an understanding tone. I'm here, I'm listening tone. The only thing I wish he would have said yesterday, but no, I better not. It's not a laughing matter. But then again, hello, I'm Dr. Fraser Crane. I'm listening, right? Anyhow, he listened for an hour, did a great job. It was unscripted. Now, I want you to remember that it was unscripted, okay? Parents got to say what they want. If they didn't like AR-15s, if they called them assault weapons, if they called them weapons of war, nothing broke out. President was very opening, all right? But then, on the flip side, CNN had a scripted. See, that was unscripted. It will not get the highlights that CNN got, okay? Because CNN had Sinead O'Connor and everybody like that, there. What is that girl's name that I keep calling Sinead O'Connor?
It's Emma Gonzalez.
Okay, so CNN scripted a town hall. And Marco Rubio, I don't know if after what happened to you in the Florida town hall last night, because they treated Democrat Senator Ben Nelson like gold, right? They treated some others like gold, but Marco Rubio was used as a, is it racial to call him a piñata? Would that be racist? Or punching bag? Or I like piñata better. So Marco Rubio is used as a piñata. They beat the daylights out of him, hoping the candy would fall out at any time, and he would finally say, I give up. I will support legislation that bans assault rifles. So we'll go with piñata. A punching bag just is there. But a piñata, there is results, right? So we're going to go, that's a pretty good, right, Amanda? You good with that?
You can break a piñata.
Right, exactly. That's the word I'm looking for. Amanda, you can break a piñata. Okay, so they were hoping to break Marco Rubio down last night with scripted arguments and scripted questions and letting the audience boo him and attack him. NRA. So I sent you a 12-second video. Do you see the one that says 12 seconds or whatever? Do you see the one that's only 12 seconds long I sent you? Can you know which one I'm talking about? Because I don't want to give it away. You got the one I'm talking about?
Okay, they can't hear me, but that one got flagged.
Why did it get flagged?
What was it? You want to turn off the air and then I can look for it?
Okay, we'll look at what. I don't know what that meant. It got flagged. You mean when I sent it to you?
Yes. Well, no, it got flagged off of YouTube.
It's already off.
Yes.
I watched it this morning. You're telling me a video I watched this morning, I watched it in its entirety, is already been taken off YouTube?
The Parkland Survivor Girls Rodeo or NRA competition, that's already been flagged. I can actually find enough of it.
Which one was it?
Parkland Survivor Girls Rodeo or NRA competition.
It's been flagged. I sent you this one here. So there, oh my God, are you serious? I can't believe that. Let's see, I sent this one. I sent this one here. I wanted to, all right. Well, we'll get our videos for 9 o'clock. We'll get our videos for 9 o'clock. I can't believe that they're already flagging the CNN videos from last night. Where is? I'm looking at this. Don't take this wrong, but I have the same video here. I just pulled up, and I just want to see that YouTube. Not disputing you. I just want to see that they're starting to flag these already and pull them down. Not wanting people to see some of it. That's interesting. Okay, so. Yes, this video has been removed by the user. Whoa, I watched that this morning. I'll have to figure out which one that is.
Around Broward County, carrying rifles, armed. This afternoon, President Trump suggested that the teachers, which is...
You know what video that is? I'll tell you what video it is that I had. It's the video where the kid attacks. Let's try this one. I'm going to send you this one here. And I'm going to
Senator Rubio.
I'm going to send you this one here, right here. You got it. And I know we're doing this on the air, folks, but they are removing things. I sent Amanda a video, and I think it's important that you know that there are things that are being removed from. When you hear everything we're doing is conspiracy theory, not us, but there's so much out there, keep in mind they are quickly removing things from the internet to keep us away. I've watched Stranger Things, Amanda. I know what this government will do. I know how they'll protect these monsters. All right, folks. So Rubio's used as a punching bag. I just sent you another one, all right? Last night. And the evil monster is the NRA, okay? The NRA is the evil monster, and campaign money. So, rules for radicals, right? Rules for radicals, Saul Alinsky, rules for radicals, there's number... my internet's running a little, not slow, but my tabs are sticking this morning, so on the computer. But rules for radicals, you got to remember, pick the target and freeze it, okay? Saul Alinsky, rules for radicals, okay? Pick the target, freeze it, all right? Personalize it and polarize it. Cut off the support network and isolate the target from sympathy. Okay? Isolate it. Go after people and not institutions. Now I know this is the NRA, but they're going after the people that take the money from the NRA. People hurt faster than institutions, right? So the NRA is the evil monster, but they're going after Trump. They're going after the Republicans. They're trying to break them like the piñata last night that they used Marco Rubio. They're going after the people. Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals right out of the book. Now they're talking about wanting to make an AR-15. You have to be 21. You have to be 21 to get an AR-15 is what they want to do. They want to pass a law. So how about 21 to buy beer, 21 to enter the military, 21 to buy a gun, and 21 to vote? How about that? I tell you what, if you move, because I'm looking at, and Amanda, it scares the living hell out of me, and I do understand that. I was 18 at one time, and I was able to vote at one time, but it absolutely scares the hell out of me to think that these kids are voters now. The David Hogg, the Sinead O'Connor that I call it, these are voters. So if they want to fight for AR-15s, assault weapons, to be banned, or we want to move it to 21, let's move it to 21 to vote, okay, for the Obama kids. This is a perfect example of the Obama kids throwing a fit. This is the generation that has always thrown a fit, okay? They are standing in front of the microphone and they're yelling, didn't do a damn thing. Didn't do a damn thing. The louder, I don't know if you listen to the Florida, okay? If you listen to the Florida protest, no matter what protest you're listening to, except for the unscripted protest or the unscripted listening session at the White House, the louder they yell, and you did not do a damn thing. I'm wondering who is paying these kids' bills, okay?
Honestly, even 21, that's still so, like, how old do you have to be the president?
All right, no.
No, really, like,
I
20,
think
even me at 21, like, that's, even me at 21, like,
okay. All right.
I'm just not gonna say anything, but that's so young. It's like you really don't hit your peak until at least 25, maturity. I don't know about men, but I know about women. Men, it's like forever, 40 or so.
So you went and took the conversation just somewhere. I mean, you did a men and women, and you did a 25, and then you just like, men should never get a chance to vote because they're just never going to be mature enough. Really, that's what you did. Folks, let me just say something because we're going to get into this. We got Carla's Corner at 8:30. At 9 o'clock, we're going to have a solid 1 hour. We're going to look at the listening session. We're going to have a lot of news from 9 to 10. We're going to look at the CNN pinata that CNN set up. And we do know there's a young man that said that CNN, there's several articles out that CNN scripted, okay, wrote a scripted, when he wanted to ask, the one kid wanted to ask his own question, CNN turned him down, okay, turned him down because they wanted him to read their scripted text, okay? So CNN scripted a town hall. All right, let's just get serious for a minute. Why are we doing this? What are we solving? Because I understand there's a school shooting, and I understand we want to solve the problem, and I understand we want to have the discussion. Okay, we can have all that. Should we really be taking people's raw emotions right now? Okay? Raw emotions. Because you're going to understand, you're going to see the difference. You're going to see the difference, okay? You're going to see the difference in raw emotions and people hurting, the real unscripted, and then the kids that are being paid. Now, wait a minute. I did not say, I don't know how they're being compensated. I don't know how their bills are being paid, okay? But the kids that are reading the script, the kids that are playing in, they're joking around and having a good time, okay? Well, I'm serious as can be. They're not as torn up and devastated as you think they are. Why are we right now, the media, going into the raw emotions of a dad just burying his daughter? And just putting that out there. I mean, isn't this like, in a lot of ways, is CNN just like doing Jerry Springer now? Is that where they're at? That they're playing on people's raw emotions and you know, everything is coming out? It's disgusting. Now, this David Hogg, there's a lot around Hogg. Is it Hogg? Is it Hogg or Hogg?
It's David Hogg.
There's a lot surrounding this kid. So supposedly, there's a lot surrounding him, and everybody's being called conspiracy theorists where this David Hogg is concerned. They're pulling him back a little bit because there's a lot of people looking into him and how well scripted and how well he did all of his interviews immediately. And if you don't believe these kids are being supported in any way, and you don't believe that the left is as low as they can go and can care less, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. They do not care. These kids are dead. I know that's bold. I know it's tough. I know how it sounds, but they do not care. These people paid agitators. We found out there were paid agitators at Trump rallies to try to start fights. We know that. We know the left, the DNC, not maybe right out of their pocket. We know there were planned agitators at Donald Trump's rallies when he ran for president to try to create, fights, try to create arguments, We know that. You and I are not shocked in any way whatsoever. Before I go to break, and it's time for Carla's Corner, before I go to break, I just want to say, mental health, background checks, common sense legislation. Those are the words: mental health, background checks, common sense legislation, gun control. 17 died at Parkland High School, the high school there in Parkland, and it's very sad. And we have to do something, and you and I know what the something is. Not the solution the left is trying to give us, or CNN and MSNBC and Morning Joe, and they're trying to push the Saul Alinsky rules for radicals. Never let a good crisis go to waste. Never let a good crisis go to waste. They're not. But MS-13 is responsible right now for 207 deaths. I don't know if that was last year. 207, not 17. MS-13. There's not a mental health law that we could put in place that would have stopped the 207 the murders by MS-13. MS-13 basically would not have subjected themselves to the background checks that we are going to require of law-abiding citizens to own a weapon that they may be able to defend themselves, maybe in Long Island, against MS-13. Common sense legislation would not change. There's no such thing, by the way. Common sense legislation, along with background checks, along with mental health laws, would not have stopped the 207 dead MS-13. See, first of all, you have to have common sense. People in the room have to have common sense for the legislation to be considered common sense. There's 17 kids dead in a school. And yes, something needs to be done to stop somebody that can walk in while children are in the classroom and murder our kids. Yes. But let me tell you what, there's more than 17. From Los Angeles, from Los Angeles, Chicago, Houston, Atlanta, New York, Detroit, Gary, Indiana. There's a lot more than 17 unsolved murders of John and Jane Doe by gangs with illegal weapons that there's not a single law that you would pass. Yeah, whether you like it or not, there's more than 17 in the morgues across this country of John and Jane Does killed by illegal weapons that not a law we pass. The laws they want to pass, they want to change, they want to modify are for you, America, to take your gun. And they don't like that we say that. An AR-15, if you want one, go buy one. Hey, I don't know what else. I'm just out. Let's go to break. When we come back, it's time for Carla's Corner. So we'll be right back right after these messages. At 9 o'clock, we'll have some more news on the listening yesterday and the piñata beating that Marco Rubio took. Take us a break.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Highway 515 South, Jasper. SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
Medium Pizza Hut pizzas, just $5.99 each.
Did they say Pizza Hut?
For $5.99? Yes, and yes.
Yes. Introducing the deal you want on the pizza you crave. 2 medium pizzas, just $5.99 each. No one out pizzas the hot.
We apologize, folks. It was my misunderstanding. There is no school. So Carla is not able to be here. My misunderstanding. I apologize for those who tune in to see Carla's Corner 8:30 on Thursdays. We apologize for that. So what we're going to do is go with the 12 seconds, the one from Rahm Emanuel. Okay, we're talking about the Parkland shooting, what the media is trying to do, NRA. We do know CPAC's going on. Do that for me, okay?
You never want a serious crisis to go to waste. And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things that you think you could not do before.
It's an opportunity to do things you think you could not do before. You never let a serious crisis go to waste. A full quote, you never let a serious crisis go to waste. And what I mean by that, it's an opportunity to do things you think you could not do before, like take your guns, like gun control, okay, is by Rahm Emanuel, former White House Chief of Staff under President Obama. This reflects the thinking of Saul Alinsky, who wrote Rules for Radicals. Rules for Radicals is the default position of the president. The president and Emanuel operate under. Rules for Radicals is what they operated under. If you understand this, it will be easier to analyze everything they say and do. Here's the template, okay? Here's the template. Use a tragedy as a crisis or create a crisis where none exists. Now, when they yell about solving school, let me get to the other ones. Paint the crisis with as much emotion as possible and throw logical analysis out the window. Throw logical analysis out the window. 3, propose the one and only solution to the problem, which just happens to coincide with what you wanted to implement for many years. Now, this is the plan. Paint anyone who opposes your one and only solution as evil. You hearing any of this, Amanda? Okay? NRA as evil. Uncaring. NRA, uncaring. Not smart enough to understand the nuanced brilliance of your solution, or in the pockets of you pick the evil entity, NRA. Force the solution on the people by any means, whether legislative, by executive order, or through the legal system. Legislative, executive order, or the liberal courts. When the unintended consequences of your solution rear their ugly head, use them as a reason for more brilliant solutions to the made-up crisis. Did that parallel anything we're seeing? How about this? I read that. Here's the template. That's the template for Rules for Radicals. Let's watch the piñata. Let's watch this kid. What's this kid's name again? I forget the kid's name. Not Sinead O'Connor. I've called her Sinead O'Connor so many times. Okay, but these kids are scripted. Okay, so let's play the one that uses Rubio as a piñata and fits the template here. Let's play that for you on CNN last night.
By the way, his name is Cameron Kasky.
Yeah, Cameron, Anderson Cooper's friend.
It's hard to look at you and not look down the barrel of an AR-15 and not look at Nicholas Cruz. But the point is, you're here, and there are some people who are not. And I need to ask two things of you. Number one, Chris Grady, can you stand up? This is my friend who's going to the military. I need you to tell him that he's going to live to make it to serve our country. And then we'll get to the other one.
Not only are you going to live to serve our country, you and all of you have a chance to change our country. Change not just our laws, but the way we talk about our laws. So absolutely.
Thank you. And guys, look, this isn't about red and blue. We can't boo people because they're Democrats and boo people because they're Republicans. Anyone who's willing to show change, no matter where they're from, anybody who's willing to start to make a difference is somebody we need on our side here. And this is about people who are for making a difference to save us and people who are against it and prefer money. So, Senator Rubio, can you tell me right now that you will not accept a single donation from the NRA in the future? I wish I could have asked the NRA lady a question. I wish the NRA lady I could have talked to, because I would ask her how she can look in the mirror, considering the fact that she has children, but, you know, maybe she avoids those.
What is that? I'm sorry?
I don't freaking know.
That's okay. The question is about NRA money. So, number one, the positions I hold on these issues of the Second Amendment, I've held since the day I entered office in the city of West Miami as an elected official. Number two, no, the answer to the question is that people buy into my agenda. And I do support the Second Amendment. And I also support the right of you and everyone here to be able to go to school and be safe. And I do support any law that would keep guns out of the hands of a deranged killer. And that's why I support the things that I have stood for and fought for during my time there.
More NRA money? More NRA money?
That is the wrong way to look. First of all, the answer is people buy into my agenda.
You could say no.
Number second, well,
Guys,
the influence of any group,
we're going to be here all night.
The influence of these groups comes not from money. The influence comes from the millions of people that agree with the agenda. So the millions of Americans that support the NRA and who support gun rights groups.
Senator.
Guys, if you...
Cameron is having a conversation with Senator Rubio. Let's let them talk.
Listen, I respect... You can ask that question, and I can tell you that people buy into my agenda. I will answer any questions you guys have about any policy.
Right now, guys, be quiet. You know, we're going to be here all night.
And I just think that ultimately, that is not our goal here. Our goal here is to move forward.
Wait, so hold on. So right now, in the name of 17 people, you cannot ask the NRA to keep their money out of your campaign?
I think in the name of 17 people, I can pledge to you that I will support any law that will prevent a killer like this.
No, but I'm talking NRA money.
No, because...
matter of fact, I bet we can get people in here to give you exactly as much money as the NRA would have.
But it's not. I understand. And you're right.
Can you stand up and donate to that real quick? Okay, not a lot, but we'll get it. I'll do it. You know,
you're right
we've raised
about
quite
that.
a bit of money so far.
Well, you're right about that. There's money on both sides of every issue in America. And where that leaves us in policymaking is to look at the issues and make a decision based on what we think is right. But ultimately, look, the First Amendment is as important as the Second. And therefore, you have every right to ask that question of me, and I'm here to tell you that I will stand for the things...
Are you going to be accepting money from the NRA in the future?
I've always supported... I will always accept the help of anyone who agrees with my agenda. But my agenda is... I'll give you a perfect example.
Your agenda is protecting us, right?
Well, I'll give you an example this very evening. I have told you that I support lifting the age from 18 to 21 of buying a rifle. my understanding, as before I walked out here, is that that organization is not in favor of that. But I think that's the right thing to do. I don't know what their position is on teachers being armed, but I don't think they should be, because that's what I think the right thing to do is. When I offered my bill to restrict people on the terrorist watch list or that have been on the list for the last 10 years from purchasing a weapon, they didn't take a stand. I don't think they certainly didn't support but I offered it. I will do what I think is right. And if people want to support my agenda, they're welcome to do so, but they buy into my ideas. I don't buy into theirs.
Okay, so I knew that was going to happen. NRA, please just keep the money out of Rubio, okay? If he wants to run again, you guys
can. Thank you, Cameron. Appreciate it.
So, Amanda, let me ask you a question. This is a test. I should have told you that there would be a test after this video. I don't want to pinpoint it, but how many spots? Now, I read, and I know when I read, I've gotten comments before. I've gotten negative comments about me reading, okay? I've gotten negative comments about, but when I read the template of Rules for Radicals, in that video, how much of that template for that did you pick up? Did you pick up you find and you isolate the AR-15, okay, NRA.
I think what I picked up mainly out of it was the NRA, to keep the NRA out.
Keep the NRA out of his campaign. NRA. Now let me ask you a question. This is putting you on the spot because actually you gave me this number very quickly the other day. Did you hear this kid say, in the name of 17 kids? Right?
Yes.
You heard that over and over, right?
Yes.
In the name of 17 kids, could you keep the NRA's money out of your campaign, right?
Yeah.
How many kids a day are aborted?
887 babies are aborted one day, one per every 90 minutes during opening hours.
So 800, and so he's asking for 17 in the name of 17, okay? And the NRA receives no federal money. They receive no federal money, is my understanding, none whatsoever. None. But Planned Parenthood, we cannot defund. Remember, your politicians, okay, your elected officials promised to defund Planned Parenthood. And every time we talk about defunding Planned Parenthood, what do we hear from our politicians? We've gotten one step closer, okay? But we don't defund Planned Parenthood, okay? They get federal funding, and they also are political. Planned Parenthood runs advertising, political advertising. They support candidates. I'm just saying, don't you find it interesting that these kids... Go ahead. Were you going to say something?
It's you know what this reminds me of, this video, because the way that they just attacked, it looks innocent because it's, kids trying to, make a movement, like you said, it's the 1960s all over again. But this was so ridiculous. It's like, did you ever read The Lord of the Flies?
No.
Where the kids try to govern themselves.
Okay, yeah, all right. I know what you're talking about, but I understand. All right.
It's just so ridiculous watching. Like, is this really what CNN has come to? Like I told you behind the set, they're being used as liberal vessels, and they're taking a bunch of loud kids and pinpointing situations that have, like you said, there's no tax contributions or anything to the NRA. What the issue needs to be pushed about Planned Parenthood. Why is that not an issue?
Quit banging the table. You're going to scare the viewers. She's getting all worked up over there.
I'm serious, people.
I know you are. All right. Okay, now wait a minute. Okay, here are the things that I like to break down, and I want you to listen for. This is not red and blue. Remember that. This has been written. Now, did you notice? Now, I know people are going to say, no, wait a minute, BKP, you're going too far with this. No, I believe they manipulate. I believe they're mind control. I believe it's rules for radicals. I believe it's the deep state. I do believe a crazy kid walked in Parkland High School and killed 17 students, and it's a tragedy. I believe what happened after that is a disgrace, okay? And CNN that looked like a Jerry Springer. What do they do when the kids are yelling at Jerry Springer and then they start hooting, right? And the audience goes crazy. Okay. Now notice he said this is not a red and blue. Be careful, folks. I want you to write that down because the kids, okay. This is going to be Rock the Vote like you have never seen Rock the Vote. MTV, Rock the Vote, this is it. It's not about red and blue. Watch that. That will be a slogan that's being used. It's not about red and blue. They are writing professional manipulators out there that know how to prey on the mind to get something to stick in your brain. It's like the song, you don't realize why the hell you're singing it, okay?
I want to say something about that too.
Go right ahead.
In school, because I went to school for psychology, there is, people don't realize too, there are consumer psychologists. And the biggest companies out here, they have like people like Axe, people like Old Spice. They specifically hire psychologists to appeal to sex, politics, or whatever, political agenda, especially these news companies. Don't you think CNN has bukus of consumer psychologists as well?
Consumer psychologists. Consumer psychologists. That's exactly right. They do. And you are the consumer that they are trying to manipulate and sell the Tide Pod to. Okay? They are trying to sell you the Tide Pod. It's not the fact that somebody walked in. The tragedy is just that. Okay? The solution is out there. But the fact of consumer psychology with AR-15, weapons of war, okay, this is not a weapon of war, okay, and this is not about red and blue. Somebody has done the testing and they've written this for all these kids. NRA, accepting money from the NRA. How could you look in the mirror? How can the lady from the NRA look in the mirror? When I look at you, I see an AR-15. It's like I'm staring down the barrel of an AR-15. And did you notice how comfortable he was holding the mic, walking the stage? I mean, I got to tell you something. Now, Amanda, let me tell you. Have you ever? Let me see. Where the hell am I at here? You know, public speaking is right up with top fear.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I mean,
we not you, but even we in the studio, we get nervous around the camera when it's not even on.
We're not. But no, seriously, if you go and look at the top fear people have, I don't know, I forget, but there's like the 5 top fear, the top 5 things that people fear the most. Public speaking is like maybe even above death, okay? Public speaking. Have you noticed these kids just let it roll? I mean, huh?
It's scripted.
Yes, they let it roll. It doesn't fear, no fear of them. Okay, now let's go to the Sinead O'Connor video. You got that one? I call it Sinead O'Connor. Now wait a minute, what I want you to pick up in this. These kids are not distraught. Who was that last kid?
It was Cameron Kasky.
Cameron Kasky. Now, these kids are not distraught. They're not broken up. Cameron's not upset. He's not hurt. He's not grieving, okay? The people grieving were with the President of the United States, not these people. Why Marco Rubio got used last night in this setup, I don't know. But let's go to Sinead O'Connor. What's her real name?
It's Emma Gonzalez.
Let's go to Emma Gonzalez. I sent you a video that said no. I sent you a video that I said had to be done in 1 hour, and you got it? Yeah, let's go to that one.
I want to bring in right now Senior Emma Gonzalez. She has a question. She has a question for Dana.
First of all, I want to thank Mr. Foster for teaching us everything we learned. I could not have written that speech without you. Half of that was like directly from notes, and I want to thank you for that. Second of all, oh, I had a thing I was going to say. Happens to the best of us. All right. Dana Loesch, I want you to know that we will support your 2 children in the way that you will not. The shooter at our school obtained weapons that he used on us legally. Do you believe that it should be harder to obtain these semi-automatic and weapons and the modifications for these weapons to make them fully automatic like bump stocks?
Well, first off, Emma, I want to applaud you for standing up and speaking out. And for anyone who has ever criticized you or any of these students up here, including people who have been on my side of this issue, I don't think that anyone should deny you your voice or deny you your position because you are young.
We want to thank you for that.
I was a very politically active teenager, and I'm on this stage as a result of that. Think of how far you all could go as a result of voicing your beliefs. Now, I want to answer your question, and I want to be allowed the opportunity, which is why I am here, to talk and have this discussion with you all and answer these questions. This is why I came down here. I don't believe that this insane monster should have ever been able to obtain a firearm, ever. I do not think that he should have gotten his hands on any kind of weapon. That's number one. This individual was nuts. And I, nor the millions of people that I represent as a part of this organization that I'm here speaking for, none of us support people who are crazy, who are a danger to themselves, who are a danger to others, getting their hands on a firearm. And we have been for over 20 years, and I have been screaming about this, which is why I'm here, because I have kids, and I'm not just fighting for my kids, I'm fighting for you, I'm fighting for you, I'm fighting for all of you, because I don't want anyone to ever be in this position again. I want everyone to think about this for 1 second. This goes right into your question. Do you know that it is not federally required for states to actually report people who are prohibited possessors, crazy people, people who are murderers? No? We've been actually talking about that for a long time. Let me answer the question. Let me answer the question. You can shout me down when I'm finished, but let me answer Emma's question. It is not federal law for states to report convictions to the NICS system. It's not federally mandated. That's the big question, and I wish that this network had also covered this more as other media networks would have covered it. That's a huge, wait a second.
You guys, if I can't hear her statement, I can't come up with a rebuttal. Please.
Wait a second. Do you guys want to stop mentally insane individuals from getting firearms? You better not get one now. Yes? They have to be in the system. If they are convicted, you can convict them, you can adjudicate them mentally unfit. If a state does not report it to the National Crime Information Center, when you run that form, this individual this madman passed a background check. How was he able to pass a background check? He was able to pass a background check because we have a system that's flawed. The Sutherland Springs murderer was able to pass a background check because the Air Force did not report that record.
I think I'm just gonna interrupt you real quick and remind you that the question is actually, do you believe it should be harder to obtain these semi-automatic weapons and modifications to make them fully automatic, such as bump stocks?
Well, I think the ATF is deciding about bump stocks right now. The president ordered the DOJ to look into it.
I'm asking your opinion as a representative of the NRA.
That's what the NRA's position has been. The NRA came, I'm talking for them. These are the 5 million members that I'm here representing. That is what that group's position has been on that. So that answers your question. And they spoke about that before the president made a move, and they spoke about that before Attorney General Jeff Sessions made an announcement about that too. So that answers your question with that.
Just interject for a second though. And I understand you're standing up for the NRA, and I understand that's what you're supposed to do. But you just told this group of people that you are standing up for them. You're not standing up for them until you say, I want less weapons. These people want 3 things. And I come here tonight with 39 years in law enforcement. I've Baker-acted people. I've taken weapons from people. The men and women I've worked with for almost 40 years. We know how to keep America safe. Number one, we have to, you're right, we have to take weapons out of the hands of people that suffer from mental illness. We have to expand the Baker Act. We have to be able, when police encounter someone, Emma, when police encounter someone who is going through a mental illness, we don't only have to wait, or we shouldn't have to wait until they are a danger to themselves or someone else. We should be able to take them to an institution that's going to examine them and take weapons away from them right then and there at that time.
And Sheriff, you're a member of the NRA, yes? No, you're not a member of the NRA. I want to bring in Diane Wolk-Rogers, who teaches AP World History.
He's not a member of the NRA. No, he's not. The sheriff, you're not standing up until you say you want less weapons. Emma Gonzalez didn't know what to do when she actually had to confront an intellectual debate. She had no idea which way to go when the little strip of paper that she had to read her sentence off of actually did get an answer from the NRA, but it was not the yes and no, so she went back to it. The couple of things I'd like for you to notice is the major applause and also the speech she gave. You remember Mr. Foster? Did you hear Mr. Foster?
I did.
She thanked Mr. Foster. I could not have written that speech without your help, right?
That's right.
We said that on day one, the very day it came out. Who wrote the speech for this kid, right? That's what we said, all right? Who wrote the speech for this kid? She had to read the question, the information, she couldn't handle the debate. And what the lady with the NRA was trying to say, and I forget her name, I didn't pull her name up.
It's Dana Loesch. And
what's her name?
Dana Loesch. She's a spokeswoman for the NRA. And personally, before you start that, I think she did amazing. She told her cool.
Well, yeah. She said, if you invited me here to talk, let me talk. But the thing is they did not want to hear that no matter how many laws you put in place and no matter what you do, okay, if you don't put the information into the system, a background check is irrelevant. And the breakdown in the system that the government fails at everything they try to do is not being addressed. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what we want to do is we want to pile on more things for the government to do that they fail at. We're going to take a brief break. We're going to come back. We're going to look at the president's side just a little bit. There's only 1 or 2 clips I pulled out, but he actually had an unscripted listening session that was very good, and this will be the president that addresses gun violence in schools. Maybe we can use Marines. Is that what Trump said? Retired Marines. Maybe they can go in. They're already trained. Wow. They didn't want to hear that. I'm your host, BKP. We'll be back right after this message. These messages, this discussion is not over.
The Tupelo Tea mission is to provide over 80 premium tea blends for tea lovers who are looking for ways to explore new flavors and blends. Come visit Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge at Sycamore Crossing. Be sure to sample our various varieties of honey and tea. Visit us on the web at tupelotea.com or call us at 706-946-TEAS. That's TEAS. Tupelo Tea, located in beautiful downtown Blue Ridge.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
Hi, I'm Rhonda the Mattress Lady, and this is my husband Gary, owners of Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart. And we want to earn your business. From the time you walk in our door to the time we deliver your new mattress to your door, you will see the difference. Our selection and prices are the best in North Georgia, and customer service is our top priority. So y'all come on in and let us help you find the right mattress at the right price. That's Mattress Overstocked in Ella next to Walmart.
It's just this simple. Nobody beats Days on price. If it's a Chevy, you'll pay less at Days Chevrolet in Jasper. Now save $4,000 off a new 2018 Chevy Malibu, or save up to $10,000 off a new 2018 Silverado Crew Cab. It doesn't matter which Chevy you choose. Nobody beats Days on price. $10,000 off Silverados and $4,000 off Malibus at Days Chevy in Jasper.
Better days ahead, Days Chevrolet.
Find new roads.
What you gonna do with all that junk?
Hey, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I understand we have the Russian investigation that has gone to 2.0. Devin Nunes has gone to 2.0 on that, and there's a lot going on. I understand that, too. I understand there's some things going on in healthcare, DACA, all of that. We're trying to keep up with it, but right now, my concern is what I'm seeing as the rules for radicals in high gear to try to win the 2018 election. That's what this is all about. It's got nothing more to do with right now trying to mind control the people. Gun control is people control. They want to control you, your health care, everything. So this is one more step, and they love to help. And what these kids are asking, and I cannot believe that we're deferring to the kids, okay? Deferring to the kids. I'm going to get a lot of heat on this, but I just don't think when Washington was crossing the Delaware, he looked back at some 17-year-old kid and said, should we go on? Okay? Should we push further? All right? All the above. Okay, so I'm not saying that, my heart is broken for these kids. They are just that, they're kids, but they're not ready to, they don't have the wisdom, and they're not ready to make our decisions for us. That being said, where is David Hogue? Now, I just want to make a couple comments where this kid's concerned. Yeah, you got to picture him or something, David, preferably one with CNN. All I want to tell you is where David Hogue is concerned, there has been so much information or misinformation put out about this kid, but it's moving so fast that for some reason every media network is coming out and debunking conspiracy theories about David Hogue. They are coming to his defense so fast. He is being accused of being the son of a former FBI agent. He is being accused as already being on CNN's payroll. He is being accused of being a crisis actor that goes in, and he's been accused of a lot of things, accusations. But the interesting thing is, it seems to me he has gone very quiet in the last 24 hours. Would you agree, Amanda?
100%.
All right. And I would think he was on all the morning shows. David was on all the morning shows. He had the kitchen table discussion with his little sister and his mom with Martha Raddatz on ABC. They sat down at the kitchen table. David, how did it feel? I love when Martha, how did it feel, David, when you were in that room? What was going through your mind? Oh, I watched all of those, okay? So he did all the morning shows, David did. He came out, he did CNN. Remember, he read the script on CBS Sunday Morning. Remember that? We played the video. You could tell he was reading the teleprompter, right? The written script, right? So he was reading the teleprompter on CBS. There's a lot of accusations, and you would think with the Gonzalez girl, a.k.a. Sinead O'Connor, with the other kid, Cameron, which is Allison Cooper's new best friend at CNN, okay, you would think, Jake Tapper, all of them, you would think they would have David there, would you not? I mean, I would have thought David would have been front and center last night.
But you've got to understand how, especially the left media, especially CNN, operate. If there's any negativity going around any of these kids, they're done with them. They cannot have anything weird or shifty out in the public associated with them.
Well, maybe they have to hide David. Maybe they have to hide David. What about the kid here? CNN refused to allow this kid, and it's gone on several, it is true, the kid has come out. CNN refused to allow Florida shooting hero Colton Habe, Colton Habe, all right, I guess, to ask questions at a town hall that didn't fit their narrative, okay? Did not fit their narrative. Colton is being recognized as nationally as a hero. CNN opted to leave him out of Wednesday's town hall event, seemingly because his perspective does not fit the narrative they have been peddling. He wanted to do a question last night, and CNN pulled it. Okay. CNN had originally asked me to write a speech and questions, and it ended up being all scripted, he told reporters. So that town hall was all scripted last night. Now, the thing is we brought this up for a simple reason. Trump is saying that, hey, we're gonna look at background checks. We're going to look at strengthening background checks, raising the age to buy these assault weapons, raising the age to buy assault weapons, to 21. Trump is saying he never said give teachers guns. I think, hey man, you know what you've never heard actually?
What?
Well, you hear people talk about constitutional carry?
Yeah.
Okay, you hear people talk about constitutional carry, and you hear I believe in constitutional carry. And you hear open carry, concealed carry permits, and all of these rules, right?
Yeah.
I believe, now I don't say this jokingly because there's a part of this where people are like, no, you can't just go do that. I believe everybody and anybody that wants a gun should have a gun. Anybody and everybody. I don't care, get a gun. And there should be no permits whatsoever. You go get a gun. And you let the good guys shoot the bad guys. And the bad guys say, I better not go over there because the good guys will shoot my ass.
Right.
I don't know. That's just,
I completely agree.
Huh?
I completely agree.
You let, and I know that's, I think, hey, you want to go out today, you want to go out today, I might be okay with 18. I'm not saying I don't like the government putting ages on stuff, but I might be okay with like walking into a store and buying, beer and a gun at 18. That's all we went through. So it's our fault that college campuses have keg parties and there's guns. So, it's our fault, right? So we don't want anybody, but I believe everybody gets a gun. Go get your gun. If you want a gun, go get your gun. And you let the good guys shoot the bad guys in the back. I will tell you this, as simple as this sounds, as uneducated, because obviously this is not the intellectual conversation that CNN would allow in the room. But I'm going to tell you something. If the bad guys knew the good guys were going to shoot their ass, they would not do what they do. If that kid, even with his record, even with his mental... See, I'm getting off course here, but we're talking about how many times this kid's had the sheriff called out to his house, okay? Now stay with me, Amanda, and I want you to tell me where I'm wrong. We're talking about how many times this kid's had a mental evaluations, all right? Now stay with me. We're talking about how many times the sheriff was called out. We're talking about the YouTube post. They report that this kid was a problem, a threat to the FBI. We have all of these lists. We have the kids that say he was a threat, right? We have the whole list going back. So we got mental illness, problems, problem kid, everything we need, right? But mentally, the kid picked up a gun. He had the mental capacity about himself to pick up the gun. He had the mental, everything was in check to load the gun. Everything was in check to walk through the door. Everything was in check mentally to pull the trigger and kill the kids. Everything mentally was in check for him to leave and go to McDonald's and get a Coca-Cola. You see, he had enough mental stability to decide he did not want to die, or did not choose to die. Do you understand what I'm saying, Amanda?
I do.
See, his light bulb, I'm telling you, even crazy people, I get tired of hearing the mental background checks are crazy. Even crazy people say somebody may shoot my ass. Yeah, exactly. But even he had that much light bulb left upstairs that he's alive today. He didn't kill himself. Somebody should have killed him as he approached the door with the weapon. So yesterday, President Trump held a listening session. Do we have video? Do I have that video of the father? Is that the one? Which one I have there? There's a video I have. I sent you. Trump holds discussion with Parkland School, and I said started at 12 minutes and 41 seconds. Do you have that? Put that up. Unscripted. Put that up.
This has to never happen again. And people should be able to feel that when they go to school, they can be safe. And because there needs to be a change, people need to feel safe, and parents shouldn't have to go through the idea of losing their child. As I know, for my dad, he was panicking, and he couldn't imagine it. So that shouldn't even be a possibility that should go through a parent's mind, and there needs to be some change. Thank you.
Carrie Gruber, Justin's dad. And I'll be brief. You know, Justin was texting me, hiding in a closet, saying, if something happens, I love you. Something happens, I love you. And you can't imagine what that's like as a parent. And then his phone died, and I didn't know what happened for another hour or so. So 17 lives were gone. I was lucky enough to get my son home, but 17 families. It's not left and right. It's not political. It's a human issue. People are dying, and we have to stop this. We have to stop. If he's not old enough to buy a drink, to go and buy a beer, he should not be able to buy a gun at 18 years old. I mean, that's just common sense. We have to do common sense. Please, Mr. Trump, these are things we have to do. In Israel, you have to be 27 years old to have a gun. You're only allowed one. They tax the guns. You have to go through significant training. We got to do something about this. We cannot have our children die. This is just heartbreaking. Please. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Shannon Morris. I'm a local administrator for a school in DC, and I really want to continue the conversation for our students.
Hi, my name is Vielka Marcus, and I'm also a local educator here in Washington, D.C. For Friendship Public Charter Schools. So I will allow our students that are here to...
Folks, I understand, obviously, that was, not as exciting, but you will see Vice President Mike Pence, President Donald Trump, just passing a mic around, unscripted, letting people say what they want. The father that just appealed to Mr. Trump, whether or not what comes out of it, your president of the United States has his son next to him. He just appealed to him. I'm not asking you to agree with that father, but he appealed to Mr. Trump. And President listened. He listens. The President of the United States listens, and he pays attention because it's America first where he's concerned, and that includes our children. Take us a break, and we'll got some things we want to wrap up with on the show before we leave.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Highway 515 South, Jasper. SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
Medium Pizza Hut pizzas, just $5.99 each.
Did they say Pizza Hut?
For $5.99?
Yes, and yes.
Yes. Introducing the deal you want on the pizza you crave. 2 medium pizzas, just $5.99 each. No one out pizzas the Hut.
One.
And we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. We have showed the scripted, and we're working on the unscripted now. The president allowed a microphone to go around the room. You did not see anyone work the room that said you can't touch the mic. You do not see, some of them wrote some statements, and I understand that, but you do not see the agenda. Some of them are there with an agenda. Don't take that wrong. But what I'm saying is, this was just a time to listen, okay? President did an outstanding job. These are Americans. They're red and yellow, black and white. Everybody's in the room yesterday. Now we're going to go to a father, and you know I know Donald Trump. Now I say that because I know what you just said. No, you don't know Donald Trump. Well, I will after I interview him, right, Amanda? We know that's coming down the road. I will. Don't why'd you look at me like that? I will one day. I will interview Donald Trump. That's the day I get a haircut. I'm going to rush right out, get a haircut. I got to interview the president. That's the day. People are wondering. Anyhow, so, and I have my suit ready and everything. A suit, tie, the works. It's all set up. It's called my Interview President Donald Trump Ready to Go kit.
If it'll get you to get your haircut, I might just write him a letter.
Okay, send a letter to the president. Anyhow, so I know Donald Trump, when it comes to this, he's truly listening to these people. There's never been anybody. I mean, the health care open discussion. The young lady here in Georgia that went up, we interviewed her right here on our show. She was there sitting right next to the President of the United States. What did she say when she came away? The President listened to us. I really feel it does not matter any of these groups when they walk away, when they don't get attacked by CNN, NBC, and all of the media to pull them in a certain direction, they come out and say, we really feel the president listened. So 20 minutes and 18 seconds, the mic goes to the guy in the back. He's had his hand up for some time. Go ahead, play that one. 2018, right? You got that one?
It gets restricted. And I think I appreciate that we're coming here to listen, and I appreciate that we're coming here to look at all different perspectives, because we need action and we need to be solution-oriented. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate it.
We're here because my daughter has no voice. She was murdered last week, and she was taken from us. Shot 9 times on the 3rd floor. We, as a country, failed our children. This shouldn't happen. We go to the airport. I can't get on a plane with a bottled water, but we leave it. Some animal could walk into a school and shoot our children. It's just not right, and we need to come together as a country and work on what's important, and that's protecting our children in the schools. That's the only thing that matters right now. Everyone has to come together and not think about different laws. We need to come together as a country, not different parties, and figure out how we protect the schools. It's simple. It's not difficult. We protect airports. We protect concerts, stadiums, embassies, the Department of Education that I walked in today that has a security guard in the elevator. How do you think that makes me feel? In the elevator, they got a security guard. I'm very angry that this happened, because it keeps happening. 9/11 happened once, and they fixed everything. How many schools, how many children have to get shot? It stops here with this administration and me. I'm not gonna sleep until it's fixed. And Mr. President, we're gonna fix it, because I'm gonna fix it. I'm not gonna rest. And look at my boys need to live with this. I want to see everyone. You guys look at this. Me, I'm a man, but to see your children go through this, buried their sister. So that's what I keep saying this, because I want it to sink in, not forget about this. We can't forget about it. All these school shootings, it doesn't make sense. Fix it. It should have been one school shooting, and we should have fixed it. And I'm pissed, because my daughter I'm not going to see again. She's not here. She's not here. She's in North Lauderdale at whatever it is, King David Cemetery. That's where I go to see my kid now. And it stops. We all work together and come up with the right idea, and it's school safety. It's not about gun laws right now. That's another fight, another battle. Let's fix the schools, and then you guys can battle it out whatever you want. But we need our children safe. Monday, tomorrow, whatever day it is. Your kids are going to go to school. You think everyone's kids are safe? I didn't think it was going to happen to me. If I knew that, I would have been at the school every day if I knew it was that dangerous. It's enough. Let's get together, work with the president, and fix the schools. That's it. No other discussions. Security, whatever we have to do. Get the right people, the consultants. These are our commodities, man. I'm never going to see my kid again. I want you all to know that. Never, ever will I see my kid. That's how I want it to sink in. It's eternity. My beautiful daughter, I'm never going to see again. And it's simple. It's not, we could fix it. This is my son, Huck, who's have to deal with this too. You have something to say, son?
I just want to add, it's imperative to the safety of everyone that to support the free market and the free flow of ideas, and listen to people listen to radical opinions on both sides, and That's how we'll find solutions. You let people battle it out in a free flow of ideas. Censorship has got to stop, and that's how we find the solutions, by listening to everyone, having an open mind.
Oh no, CNN would have never allowed that. Never. CNN would have never allowed that. Nothing about that was scripted. We played right from the beginning where they handed it to each other, the microphone. Nothing scripted. The only thing that CNN and MSNBC are taking away from this father's comments is "I'm pissed." That is everywhere. That is on every network. But I will tell you, you will watch, and you may find it on Fox, but you will watch every network today, and not one will you hear this father tell America, work with the president. Oh, no, that's going to get cut out. You can't take a water bottle into it. We can go, this guy has got the home run right out there. You can't go to a college football game. You can't take a water bottle of water. You can't take mouthwash. Do you know how many times I forgot and took my mouthwash and stuff with me and had to throw it away at the airport? Like, give me my dang on mouthwash back. What the hell? All right? You can't get a bottle of water on a plane. The security to get in to watch football or sporting events. A security guard was in the elevator. He said, how do you think I felt today? A security guard was in the elevator. My boys have to live with this. I'm a man. My boys have to live with this. To see your children go through this, work with the president. Folks, follow the money. This crisis that they are creating, okay, will call for more government spending funneled down to your local schools to increase security, and that'll fix it, right? That will fix it. I don't think so. We have these massive, follow the money, we have these massive brick and mortar schools. Now here's another thing that nobody wants to talk about. Now I have not looked at Parkland, and I don't want to get yelled out about Columbine, and I don't want to get yelled at about Sandy Hook. But we're beginning to build what I call in these high schools what we used to see as junior colleges. These campuses are so spread out. I mean, you went to high school, we did not have a campus. A campus was for college. We never left one building to go to another building for a class, okay, when we were kids. Now, I'm not saying, just don't take that wrong, but I'm getting so confused on why we are building these equivalencies to junior colleges that we have to, we have to try to protect these massive buildings. That being said, why can't we have armed guards inside the schools? Why not? The teachers, I'm so tired of hearing, why don't you leave it up to the teachers? Why don't you ask the teachers to fill out a form if they would like to volunteer for a program, not force a teacher, okay? But volunteer. Why don't you send out this morning to your entire staff and ask them to fill out a form if they would like to volunteer for the service. Now, I've heard people say, oh, I'm tired of hearing arm our teachers. And that's what this sheriff said down there in Florida, in Parkland. He said, I don't want to talk about arming our teachers, okay? Because they're there to teach the children. Hey, look, I got some friends that own a store. They can actually work their store all day long and be productive and do the job that they go to do, but then they can also shoot your ass if you become a threat. They can take a quick break and shoot your ass. So I do think the teacher, which obviously they don't have chalkboards anymore, I think the teacher can can continue to teach with no problem whatsoever, and if a brief interruption takes place, may be able to take a break and shoot your ass if needed. If needed. You know, I'm glad when I was in high school, teachers didn't have guns. I have to think about that. I just said, why don't you do that? Why don't you send out a form to every teacher in your school district and ask who would like to volunteer for the program, you know, Safety First. Everything's first. America's first now. Safety First. Children's Safety First program. There you go. I just named it. Wait a minute. Our Students Safety First program. Okay? Student Safety First program. How many would like to volunteer? Please turn in your form, you know, within the week. See how many get turned in. Once they get turned in, make them go through all the training, make them go through everything, and get everything done, and then put them on a rotation. And you do it anonymously because you do not want the shooter, you do not want the people to know who could be the one to take them out. Let's see what happens. So I'm not discouraging when everybody screams about the teacher. Here is the template. Use a tragedy as a crisis or create a crisis where none exists. Paint the crisis with as much emotion as possible and throw logical analysis out the window. Throw logical analysis out the window. We saw that. Paint a crisis with a much emotion. That's what we're doing. We're painting it with much emotion. Throw logical analysis out the window. The lady from the NRA, any kind of logical discussion whatsoever, that was just thrown out the window. There's no logical discussion whatsoever. We're not even able to logically discuss putting retired veterans in the school. Nothing. It's AR-15 or nothing. Propose the one and only solution to the problem, which just happens to coincide with what you've wanted to implement for many years. For years and years, they've wanted to take your guns. For years and years, they've wanted to implement all of these regulations on your guns, and now they're focusing in on they have their focus right in there, okay? Paint anyone who opposes you, paint anyone who opposes your one and only solution as evil, okay? Anyone. Marco Rubio. The list goes on. Uncaring. Marco Rubio, when I looked at you, I looked down the barrel of an AR-15, and that's what I see you. Okay, like you were holding the gun, all right? Uncaring, not smart enough to understand the nuances, the nuanced brilliance of your solution. Obviously, CNN and MSNBC will think that you and I, Amanda, do not have the proper education necessary to understand the brilliance. See, the government always has the brilliance that you and I do not have. They have that brilliance, and we should be ashamed of ourselves for even thinking, hey, we may know anything where this concerns. The brilliance to your solution, or in the pockets of you pick the evil entity, you pick it, AR-15. Force the solution on the people by any means, whether legislative, by executive order, or through a legal system. When the unintended consequences of your solution, because the solution is not going to work. You do understand, the solution that they say they want will not work. The solution that they want will not bring the 207 dead from MS-13 gangs. The solution that they want will not bring Kate Steinle back, that was murdered in her dad's arms. The last thing Kate Steinle's dad heard was, help me, okay? Their solutions will not, so there'll be consequences. They will not be able to answer. It will, if they take all of these AR-15s and end them, Okay, murder rates will not go down in Chicago and Baltimore. If they take AR-15s and make it to where you're 21 to get them, it will not change the murder rate in Baltimore, Chicago. It will not change the violence. The numbers of violent crimes will not go down. Okay, homicide will not go down. When the unintended consequences of your solution rear their ugly head, because they will, use them as a reason for more brilliant solutions to the made-up crisis. So we even have more brilliant solutions. I'm your host, BKP. Those are the rules for radicals. Never let a good crisis go to waste. We have to run around the rest of the world and see what's going on in the news. I want to see if Amanda has anything that she wants to run by you viewers. And I want to thank the viewer that called me yesterday and said, never let a good crisis go to waste, because I just really got to dwelling on that. And then I started breaking down these videos. I'm like, man, this is just Saul Alinsky playbook, rules for radicals. It's just boom right there. I'm your host. Take us to break, Amanda.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in Ellijay, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair, and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World, brand name merchandise at unbelievably low prices. Furniture, appliances, and electronics. Circuit World is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. Circuit World has highly trained professionals to help. Visit your hometown Circuit World today. 3 locations in Georgia: Ellijay, Blue Ridge, and Blairsville, Franklin, and Murphy, North Carolina. No credit checks, so let Circuit World deliver to you today.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds. Come on in to view the area's largest selection of fine jewelry at North Georgia Diamond. All repairs and designs are done on-site by our jewelers. And North Georgia Diamond has the lowest prices on loose diamonds. You can also sell your gold, silver, and coins at North Georgia Diamond between Walmart and Lowe's in East Ellijay. Locally owned by Bill and Allison Craig, North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Schottenkirk Ford in Jasper. Highway 515 South, Jasper. SchottenkirkFordJasper.com.
Medium Pizza Hut pizzas just $5.99 each.
Did they say Pizza Hut?
For $5.99?
Yes, and yes.
Yes. Introducing the deal you want on the pizza you crave. 2 medium pizzas just $5.99 each. No one out pizzas the hut.
Folks, we know the scripted questions at CNN, and we know the rules for radicals, and we know how they're working the crisis angle today. We're watching that, and we know that. I do know CPAC. I like CPAC, the Conservative Political Action Committee. I like CPAC. But, you know, a lot of cheering speeches and red meat speeches are going on, so we didn't discuss that yet, but we will look into what's happening at CPAC. And I do know a lot of other news is going on around the country. I'm with you on that. Amanda, do you have anything on your list?
I don't have anything, but again, I do want to I'm so happy, and my heart's so happy, and I've got my coffee with me, about Dana Loesch with the NRA, how she stood up and just gave it back to Emma Gonzalez.
Okay, now, you know, Amanda, I have tried. Now, I'm going to put you on the spot. You ready?
I'm ready.
Folks, you're ready. All right. Folks, we went through, all right, and so the other day I asked, you know, the whole time Sam is the general manager of the company, and the whole time Sam was producing the show, I asked Sam, you know, hey, we'll set it up where, you know, you could be on camera and talk with me, and so Sam said, no, that's not going to happen. And I said, okay, all right, no problem. I'm not going to put you on the spot. So Amanda comes in. She's producing the show. She's doing an outstanding job. You're doing a great job, Amanda. She's getting into the conversation. I like it because Amanda and I have some great conversation back and forth. So I said, hey, if would you be interested in the camera? Absolutely, no problem. Okay. So I said, all right. So I have the FYN technical team come up, and they work a couple hours, and there is a camera set up for us to do split screen. And every day I hear, well, I'll try it tomorrow. Well, now tomorrow's Friday and we're going to be in Blue Ridge, but every day I hear, I'll try it tomorrow. So next week, Monday, when Amanda and I have these conversations, you will see Amanda. See, she is not like the CNN kids. She's not used to the, you know, she's not ready yet, right? All scripted and everything. So, but Amanda, you said I could put you on the spot.
Yeah, we've been a little busy, but let's go roll with it next week.
Okay, all right, you admitted to it. You'll roll with it.
All right, you got me on the record.
All right, okay, she's gonna roll with it next week. So we do have the ability to go split screen. Amanda come into the conversation. I like bringing her in for her perspective. I like your perspective out there. 706-889-9700. 706-889-9700. That's our 24-hour tip line on news. Chief@FetcherNews.com, at FYNTV, at FetcherNews.com on Twitter. I said that, Amanda, that I would cut my hair when the day before my President Donald Trump interview, and you said you're getting ready to write the letter.
Oh, I'm actually going to call the White House when I leave. If that's all it takes, I'm on it.
Well, we have a viewer that sent in and asked for the address. Get me the address for Trump. So it looks like some people will help write that letter.
Yeah, I'm making a few phone calls today. If I can't make the phone calls, I'm writing the letter.
Okay, you know, I watch all the presidents, with Billy Graham, okay? And I try to picture and think, what are they talking about? Harry S. Truman, what are they talking about? Eisenhower, what are they talking about? Nixon, I don't want to get into Nixon. He was so foul-mouthed. LBJ, I mean, some of these, look, you know, I am shocked. It's like Mickey Mantle. You know, we went through the baseball or sports of, like, you know, Mickey Mantle, you know, was drunk 7 nights a week, but he showed up at the ballpark on time, all right? And he went 3 for 4, 4 RBIs, and the Yankees won the World Series. If we would have had all the TV cameras fixed on Mickey Mantle, and I'm not taking Mickey Mantle because, you know, I'm a Yankees fan, you know, but the list goes on, right? So we have this microscope on Donald Trump and his whole entire life because it's social media, and he lives there, and we live there. But, you know, you go backward in time, even with Clinton, if you'd have just known, you know, what was going on with Clinton, and then you go backward in time with Nixon and LBJ and Kennedy. So you always wonder, what did these, when Billy Graham visited these presidents, what was the discussion? It was like, Bill Clinton, you know, when he visited, I want to know, what was it like? Well, you know, preacher, I looked right at the camera and I said to the American people, I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And where do I really stand on that, preacher? Where do you really stand on that? I mean, is that what is going to catapult my ass straight into hell? Now, you know, now there's Hillary now. You know, preacher, there's Hillary, and there's some things I know. I mean, like, if I tell some things on Hillary, could that, like, get me? I mean, what exactly was it? The cigar? What exactly was it? Now, preacher, I need to know what exactly, you know, because I did lie to the American people. Was that too soon? Is it too soon for that?
Oh my gosh. No comment.
No comment. Folks, we're going to be at Circuit World in Blue Ridge tomorrow morning. It is travel day, road day. We're on it. Boom. Circuit World, Blue Ridge, 8 a.m. Good morning from Circuit World. We have Ask the Doc with Dr. William Whaley at 8:15. We have the All-Star Political Panel. Oh, my God. Well, we have a discussion tomorrow. Bruce, Rick, Jane. We have our Pet of the Week from the Humane Society. The list goes on. Amanda will be there. Sam will be there. I'll probably have, I don't know, I may have some other guests. You never know. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. Let's go. Out.